This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. So, entering the west coast, not seen here, we have an atmospheric river coming through at least central California. And this has been in Northern California, and temperatures are very cold to the north. You can see kind of a trough of lower pressure out ahead, kind of a funnel boundary. This separates the sort of chilly air that's across parts of the southern United States from a lot colder conditions up to the north. Looking at the temperature the way it is right now, you can kind of see, let me get rid of the LSRs. You can see the below zero stuff that's kind of moving on in, and this is progressively what's going to be in our neck of the woods. Getting into the weekend incrementally, and especially notable on Monday night, where we can see 10 to about 25 below in some spots. Nothing extreme, but Arctic chill. Needless to say, you can see where that dividing line is here between cold and warm, or colder and chilly. So we're going to look at the European ensemble here, and this is how conditions are set up right now. And just kind of going back, you'll see this is that area of low pressure right here, and it's going to be working its way out. So this is how things advance. Secondary low off the Carolina coast, and shoots out to sea pretty quickly. This is valid Saturday morning. This is incidentally very strong areas of higher pressure building in associated with Arctic cold. Another secondary low develops off the east coast and then heads out, not a bother. It may hit the Massachusetts Capes with a little bit of snow. But this area of higher pressure then builds into the region. This will bring us some of the coldest weather here. This is for basically Sunday night, Monday morning, as that ridge of higher pressure moves on through a very strong dome of cold Arctic air. It begins to move on out, and we watch the secondary low here that's going to form. It's going to be Lee, Colorado low. That's going to take a track and make a left hook. And this is what it does. You can see it makes it into the Great Lakes. And some relatively strong pressure gradients already showing up here. This is valid about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. So just carrying that a little bit further here. Beyond this period, seeing some ridging off to the north of us. Another secondary low or trough inverted. It's going to be off the eastern seaboard. This is the day 9, 9.5, and so forth. Another shot of ridging. Unremarkable weather really after the next rainstorm that moves in with a warm intrusion on Wednesday. So these are 2-meter temperature anomalies. And what you can see there is that pretty amazing Arctic air that's coming down pretty all the way to the Gulf Coast now. This is valid Saturday. There's our coldest mornings right there, 4.5 out. That'd be 12Z on Monday, which is the Monday morning, Sunday night cold. And then we see warmer temperatures begin to move in. Here comes the warm intrusion. Yeah, that's valid 1 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. Then beyond that, we kind of stay a little bit above normal in temperature. Nothing significant. We'll go to 15 days out here, a little bit of a colder scenario. The following weekend, most of the Arctic air gets locked up off the Pacific Northwest, and then the entire country, day 15 here, you can see a major warming trend, and I think the Arctic oscillation is going to a negative phase or a positive phase, and it's just a lot of the Arctic air has been used up and moderated out. Weather Prediction Center shows that Arctic air penetrating all the way down to the Gulf Coast. And this is 5-day temperature anomalies for maximums. What about 3 days later? So we're seeing a considerable warming in comparison. Some Arctic air bottled up in the northern reaches. Some leftovers of the colder Arctic air in the southeast U.S., but a lot of warmth coming out of Mexico and trying to make it into Vermont. Again, this is valid through about the 13th of January. In terms of total precipitation, really the hot spots are kind of along the east coast. Not a whole lot happening in the high plains, Midwest, and then a considerable amount of precipitation for California. In fact, an atmospheric river with hefty amounts of precipitation, dividing that Arctic cold to the north and Pacific Northwest. A lot of snow here, with high freezing levels into the southern Sierra, central Sierra, and whatnot. And a lot of that is going to be trying to spread east, and that's what actually develops that Colorado lee low, then hooks into the Great Lakes and brings us a big warm intrusion on Wednesday. This is centered on Montpelier, Vermont. It shows the maximum temperature, the minimum temperature, and this being 0, this is our cold Arctic chill, and especially as we get into that Sunday night and Monday morning situation. These are daytime highs, and you can see where the models have difficult times, roughly starting about right here. So this is looks like around the 12th of January. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.